Must add more cutaways. More. Okay, people, welcome back to another Fwoosh Weekly. As always, I am Robo. And today, there's no new news for Hasbro. No Star Wars, no Marvel Legends. What am I gonna do? Thankfully, some other companies decided, hey, we're gonna do something too. So let's talk about some Amazing Yamaguchi, some Bandai, some Marvel Select, some DC Collectibles, and then some Mezco, and a couple of channel updates. How about that? We'll tack that on the end. But first, some things that I may have gotten wrong or misinformed. What, me? How dare you accuse me of being wrong? But last week I talked about the potential Hasbro Star Wars Black Series Bantha. I said there was no new news for Hasbro, not old news revised. I got you. Oh, it's a trap. But all the signs were there. The artwork leaked out, and they were maybe planning on a Bantha with Tusken Raider Rider. And apparently, this is the blown up artwork for the back of the packaging of the San Diego Comic-Con land speeder. You see it? You don't? Look closer, and closer, and closer, and closer. There it is. I didn't remember this because I had to open my package in San Diego and leave it in the hotel room. Poor San Diego packaging. And even the artist came out and said, hey, that's the back of the packaging for the San Diego. I draw it big, they shrink it down, put it on the back. So hopefully the do-back does good enough that we can maybe get a Bantha in the future, because I need a Bantha. Also in the category of Robo just spouting out words and hoping they stick somewhere. Last week I was talking about the Square Enix Bring Arts Final Fantasy, no. I was talking about the Square Enix Bring Arts Kingdom Hearts 3 Riku, and I said, but I've never played Kingdom Hearts 3. But leave it to you guys to quickly correct me that nobody has apparently played Kingdom Hearts 3. That's how little I know about this license. And this is why I try not to review toys for properties that I'm unfamiliar with. Hopefully that was proper English, but either way, I'm leaving it in because... Speaking of more potential future toys, here's a picture of the Bandai Figurized Standard Dragon Ball Z Vegetto. That only took one take, baby! It's a first. Not much known at this point. Piccolo is coming out in April. They haven't solicited anything for after him, so maybe this is the next figure in the line, or any of the multitude of other characters that they have shown in the past, especially when the line was first starting up. Yamaguchi on Twitter just loves throwing these teaser pictures out for the Amazing Yamaguchi line, and he's showing more pictures of Carnage. It's looking amazing. It fits right into this style, both sculpt-wise and because of his body parts hiding some of the articulation. The colors of the character himself blends in to kind of hide the articulation even more, and then all the attachments and everything else that you get with this figure. Hey, I'm always down for an action figure that can bend over and shove his own head up his ass. Now, there's continued mixed feelings for this line. A lot of people don't like it because of the articulation, because of the style. I'm up and down. If you go back to my Captain America review, you'll see that I broke it right out of the package. I fixed it, but it was still a mixed bag of emotions throughout that whole review. You can see me starting out as, it's okay, to mostly liking the figure, but it's still somewhere in between Wolverine and Deadpool, Spider-Man, and then, Venom, Magneto, and Magneto's cape. Pictures of a new version of the Marvel Select Homecoming Spider-Man have popped up online today, and it's an unmasked Peter Parker. It's only available on the Disney Store UK right now, but surely it's going to come to the rest of the world at some point. But the thing here is, it's just the same figure with a different head, some hands, a base, but why doesn't it come with a masked head? Okay, it's a double-edged sword there, I think. If they release this one with a masked head, people who bought the first version would go, why the hell did I buy the first version if I could just buy this version, have the masked head and the unmasked head? But it's also kind of shitty to come along and say, hey, here's another version with the unmasked head you wanted in the first place, but you have to buy this one, and then, it's a cost of a whole new figure just for one new part. It's give and take. I don't think they were going to win either way here, unless they had originally put the Peter Parker head package, and then people would have just not thought twice about it. But I also see a lot of people saying that they didn't put the blue tech design into the legs. They should have done that, coming around again and releasing it again. Would have been a cool little paint detail at least. But as far as I can tell, it's just the Peter Parker head. This week, Mezco solicited their 1/12 Collective Catwoman, and when it comes to the DC side, I tried to stick with just Batman, but I may need a Catwoman to go along with Batman. And it does look great, I just can't help looking at the head and going, come by and see me sometime. At least on a couple of the heads, it looks very aged, old. Okay, old is going a little bit far. At old school, I guess you could say. Perfectly. I can't do women's voices. I keep going gangster for some reason. See? Bring me that diamond. But it looks like she has goggles that switches between the two masked heads, and then she also comes with a unmasked head with a more modern hairstyle. It kind of helps bringing it to today, you know? She comes with a backpack. She comes with, well, they're listing every accessory, even the parts that are stuck to the body. She has the belt with all her tools in it. She has a whip and then several sets of hands, but it'll still cost you $80. It's Mezco. $80 is their minimum price, even for female characters that don't come with as much stuff as the male characters. And this is scheduled to ship sometime September to November. And after being revealed right before Toy Fair, DC Collectibles has finally solicited and given a release date for some of their DC Essential figures. First up is the Doomsday Clock 2-pack of Dr. Midnight and Ozymandias, however you want to say it. It'll be out August 29th and cost you $50. And then for the standard DC Essentials line, we're getting Superman, Brainiac, Aquaman, and then finally Black Manta. And those all come out September 26th. And I'm liking the look of these a little bit more. They're kind of growing on me, but man, are the arms long and they are crotchy. I don't know how else to say it. They're kind of gappy. Your eyes just are drawn straight to the crotch. You don't want to look them in the eye and you go down and you keep looking. But they did put Superman in his classic Trunks look, and I like that they're pairing up good guy, bad guy. You don't have to get one and then hope for a bad guy somewhere down the line. Sorry, I can't help it. Eyes up here, not down here. And that's it for this week. No Star Wars, but still a cool week in toys. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit about a new thing that I've been doing with some of the reviews, some of the videos, and that's the cutaways. It's something fun. It broke up the monotony a little bit, but like any good thing that I find out how to do, I tend to run it into the ground and then punch a hole through the other side of the earth and then, you know, just keep on spreading it. I know I went a little bit overboard with the Amazing Yamaguchi Captain America review. I'm dialing it back. It's still something fun to put in there, but not so much. I hear you. I got you. This week I also opened up my Patreon, and I know at the very sound of that word, or even seeing that word in text, some people tend to freak the hell out. He's wanting us to pay for his videos, run! That is not what I'm doing at all. It was suggested that I open one up just to see what happens. If you go to my Patreon page, you see that I'm not taking any of it seriously. Yes, there is some incentives, but most of it's just like, hey, if you want to, fine. But if you don't, that's fine too. Nothing is changing on this side of the Fwoosh. If you wanna, I appreciate it. If you don't, it's cool. But quit freaking the hell out. Why did he open a Patreon? And then finally, people have been asking, what are my thoughts on the whole Toys R Us situation? I've kind of made my thoughts known, as in I'm not going to get some of the exclusive that I was wanting down the road, but I don't hold a lot of nostalgia for Toys R Us. When I was a kid, it was Walmart. I live in Arkansas. Walmart kept most of that shit out of arm's reach for those of us who lived in small little Mayberry towns. 1 or 2 Saturdays a month, we'd head to town after golf started on Saturdays, after the cartoons. You know what I'm talking about. And it was Walmart. That was going to town. We didn't make it to the big city a lot, especially when I was a kid. I didn't really shop Toys R Us until I was an adult. I was born into Walmart, molded by it. There was no Tasco by my Walmart, and I remember getting some Masters of the Universe there, but it was all Walmart until I was old enough to drive and, you know, waste my own gas money going across the bridge. Across the bridge is what we call going to the big city. Or across the bridge is going to the liquor store. That's the local vernacular. So I have no feelings either way. I just get my toys somewhere else. I hate to sound like that. It's not like I'm down with Toys R Us. Oh, the evil empire. No, it was just another toy store. That's my whole thought process on that. I will get my Zuckus though. So if you like this Fwoosh Weekly, comment, like, subscribe, and I will catch you on the Fwoosh. I don't know what that was. Just trying something new. Like to change it up every now and then. But just in case you hate change, I'll catch you on the Fwoosh.